Hello, this is Zan Reports Football. This is my reaction towards the 2026 FIFA World Cup semifinal matches between France 0, Spain 2, and England 1, Argentina 2. So let's begin. Starting off with France 0, Spain 2, it was a very dominant display against Spain, from Spain, um, against a very good France team, which, and you could say France is the best team, best country in the world in terms of talent. And Spain absolutely dominated them. And Spain made it 1-0 through Oyarzábal's penalty, which was a horrible mistake from Luca Digne for fouling Yamal in the box, and it was just clumsy from Digne, and it was a 100% penalty for Spain, and they made it 1-0 from Oyarzábal. And after that, Spain maintained dominance. Spain maintained their style of play and didn't um wasn't in a shell and defend and tried to defend their lead. They went forward and maintained their style of play and kept possession, and they made it 2-0 through Pedro Porro, and it was horrible defending from France, where they left huge gap for Pedro Porro to just go through and score and make it 2-0. And yeah, and Spain also might have made it 3-0, but Yamal was offside, and Yamal was giving trouble to Lucas Digne in the entire match. Maybe not surprising since Lucas Digne is old and Yamal's young, and Yamal's, you know, the best player in the world, or at least one of the best players in the world. So it's not really surprising. But yeah, Spain also, their offside trap was really good. They caught Mbappe offside a few times, kind of like how he was offside multiple times in his El Clasico. I think it was his first El Clasico. Mbappe's first El Clasico as a Real Madrid player, in the 24-25 season, and he was caught offside multiple times. So it was kind of similar to that, to this game. Um, and yeah, Spain totally outclassed France, and they didn't again like put themselves in a shell or whatever and try to defend their lead. They gone for it and played their style of play, and they have the players to do it. I think Fabian Ruiz has been really good in this tournament. Rodri has been really good in this tournament, and yeah, and they just know how to keep the ball, keep possession, and that's maybe how they could win the World Cup final against an Argentina team. It could be shaky at times. And then regarding France, they just lost 6-4 against England in the third place match in the for this World Cup. So I think defensively they're questionable. Uh, they might be questionable. Attacking wise, they're brilliant. Um, and like France, maybe not against Spain, but against like England, they, even though they lost, were they could have came back from 4-0 down because they brought on their strong attackers like the Dembele and Barcola and so on. Alongside having the Mbappe. So France tournament, the semifinal, I think they were poor though because their attackers weren't that good, especially Mbappe in this game, and they were limited surprisingly from Spain. I think Spain deserves so much credit in this game, to limit France. Um, and yeah, but I was expecting a 3-2 France win, but their attack was way off it. And then defensively they're kind of suspect. Um, Against maybe a good team like Spain, like if they face a good team like a Spain or like an England that they face in the third place match, then they might get exposed. Um, but again though, like, so it might be disappointing for France to not win this World Cup since I do believe in on paper it's the most talented team in the world. But yeah, I'll do my rankings of every single country in the next video after the World Cup ends. But that's my, thoughts on France as a whole for this tournament. And then finally, England won, Argentina 2. It was an insane game, especially at the very end of the game. England took first half, it was kind of dead, not gonna lie. Second half is where the game improved, to where England made it 1-0 through Anthony Gordon. No, I don't think the first half was dead, but it wasn't as exciting compared to the second half. And I do think England, gave a good game in the first half, and then once they took their lead through Anthony Gordon, where it was a nice cross from Morgan Rogers, and then Anthony Gordon had a nice little finish, tap the ball into the net to make it 1-0 for England. And at first I thought, oh, this might be England's time, to like at least get to the World Cup final and stuff like that, since they were keeping Messi silent. I think they really did well by keeping Messi silent. However, though, once Thomas Tuchel made his changes and became more defensive, that allowed Argentina to come back and make it 1-1 through Enzo Fernandez through a brilliant goal outside the box from a corner kick. And it was horrible kind of defending from England, where everyone was so deep and they didn't close down Enzo Fernandez, and that allowed him time to take a brilliant strike outside the box. And then at the very end of the game, Argentina, from brilliant work from Messi, crossed in ball to Lautaro Martinez, who just had to head the ball into the empty net, which he did. And it's horrible defending again from England, where, like, why aren't you marking Lautaro Martinez? He's one of Argentina's main strikers, and a striker is just to sit in the box. Um, and you can't mark him like that. Like, so even though England was trying to go defensive, their defending was really poor, and it just allowed Argentina with their quality, like Messi, obviously, Enzo Fernandez, Lautaro Martinez, to basically shine and get their goals or get their assists from Messi. So basically, this was a horrible decision from Thomas Tuchel, in my opinion, for allowing England to just defend after getting that 1-0 lead. They should have just get their second goal, and if they got their second goal, I don't know if it would have been totally over, since Argentina are just crazy and just willing to do anything for Messi. But it does give an extra protection though for England. So and look, if England not got knocked out through just quality of Argentina, like they're Messi, it is what it is. But the way they just allowed Argentina to play through themselves is kind of disappointing for them. And yeah, but at the end of the day, it's Argentina and Messi who gets to play in the final. Look, they've been questionable all throughout all this tournament. They haven't been that dominant in each of their games, like against Egypt, against England, against Cabo Verde, and so on. But at the same time, though, uh, you're just gonna have to get a result in these type of tournaments, and especially in the World Cup, where like having a player like Messi, where he could do anything and save, Argentina, and the players want to win the World Cup for Messi. So, yeah, I think the way Argentina who've been playing insane this tournament, like, not perfect. I'm just saying insane in terms of coming back from 2-0 leads or 1-0, like 2-0, like the opponent was like, Egypt coming, or like leading 2-0 and they're still come back, or England losing 1-0 to still come back. Like, that's how insane Argentina has been in this tournament. And for me, I think I wouldn't be surprised if we've seen the same final against Spain or Argentina. But the difference is, though, Spain knows how to control a game compared to Argentina. But that will be, again, my analysis for that final will be coming up in the next video. But yeah, that's my whole reaction for France 0, Spain 2, and England 1, Argentina 2. So hopefully you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hopefully you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and leave a comment down below about your thoughts about these major semifinal games. And yeah.